Um, Obviously, I'm funking for Tyson Fury for many reasons. One, because he's British. Two, I'd love to see him overturn the first fight, and I'd love to see him fight AJ for the World Heavyweight title.
Eddie Hearn reveals Tyson Fury's next potential opponent after he defeats Alexander Usyk in the rematch. However, Lawrence Okolie believes Tyson Fury will win the rematch against Alexander Usyk. Reflecting on their first fight, Okolie noted it was close, with Fury landing good uppercuts and body shots while staying focused. However, he feels that in the rematch, Fury needs to fight with more conviction and intensity to secure a dominant victory.
No, I still believe that Fury's going to win. I thought he'd win the first fight. They had a really close fight. You know, Usyk did have some great moments that obviously keep getting replayed, but outside of that, you know, he was landing good uppercuts, good body shots, was really switched on in there. But I think going forwards, he needs in this fight to just maybe do the stuff he did, but with a lot more conviction and staying on it. And I think he's got enough to sort of run ahead with it.
Lawrence Okolie predicts a Fury win by decision in the rematch with Usyk. He believes Fury can outbox Usyk BS boxing smartly, like his fight with Derek Chisora, where he stood calculated, but also said that the stoppage is unlikely. Despite their different styles, Okolie notes that Usyk and Wilder are similar in weight, which could benefit Fury.
You fancy Fury decision win, yeah?
Yeah, I think Fury decision win. I think it'll be hard for him to get a stoppage. But if he comes out and, you know, it's different because Wilder and Usyk are so completely different in style, but they're not too dissimilar in weight. So if he's able to sort of, you know, treat it like how he treated Cunningham, treat it like how he's treated, you know, White, where you're boxing, but then you're still got one hard shot at a time. I think he might be able to break him down.
Callum Simpson stated that he believed Fury would win the first fight and is confident he will win the rematch as well. He acknowledged Usyk as an unbelievable fighter, but is still backing Fury for the victory.
I thought Fury were going to win the first one, to be honest, and I'm going to go for him to win that. I'm going to go for him to win the rematch as well. But Usyk's an unbelievable fighter, so we'll see.
Badu Jack believes the rematch between Fury and Usyk could end in a knockout, though he's unsure who will secure it. Reflecting on their first fight, he noted it was very close, aside from the knockdown. Jack admitted to being in Fury's corner and possibly being biased, but he respects both fighters, calling them great champions, and wishes for the best man to win.
It's a good question. It's a 50. It could go. I think it's going to be a knockout this time.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know who, but I have a feeling. But the fight was actually, other than the knockdown, the fight was really close, very close. I was in Fury's corner with his team. Maybe I was a little biased, but you know, I like both guys. They're both great champions. May the best man win.
Terence Crawford said the rematch will be a tough fight and hopes the best man wins. He described the first fight as a classic and expressed excitement, anticipating that the rematch will also be a great one.
Usyk Fury 2 in 10 days. Who are you picking and why?
It's going to be a tough fight, man. May the best man win. You know, the first fight was a classic, and I'm looking forward to this one being a classic as well.
Scott Welch believes Tyson Fury has the physical attributes, height, reach, and weight to win comfortably. However, he recognizes the challenge posed by Alexander Usyk, an undefeated southpaw with unique skills and great accomplishments. Welch is confident that Fury, with his attributes, can overcome Usyk's style and prove himself as the best.
I mean, listen, it's a tough one because I believe that Fury's got the physical attributes to win comfortable. You know, he's got the reach, the height, the weight, he's got everything. But you're dealing with an undefeated southpaw who does things a little bit different. He is, you know, one hell of an accomplished fighter as well. So, you know, you're fighting the best of the best. Fury was the best of the best. He needs to prove that he's the best of the best. And it's going to be a hell of a fight. Do I believe that he can overcome? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. If anyone can do it, he can do it with his physical attributes. So, yeah, get that job done, you know, and then we go on again and see. But I mean, they've had some brutal fights now, both of them.
Welch also notes the brutality both fighters have endured in previous bouts, suggesting that both are a little shot due to their tough fights. He hopes for a great contest where both fighters stay safe and return home to their families for Christmas, with the best man winning on the night.
They've had some brutal fights now, both of them, you know, and they're both what we consider a little bit shot-worn in the game, you know, because of the brutality that they've been through. So, I just hope that they have a fantastic fight. They both come through it and they both get home for Christmas for their families. That's a wonderful thing. And the best man will win on the night, you know.
However, Eddie Hearn expressed his support for Tyson Fury, citing multiple reasons, including his British nationality and his desire to see Fury avenge his first fight with Alexander Usyk. Hearn also mentioned his excitement for a potential Fury versus Anthony Joshua fight for the world heavyweight title. He emphasized that if Fury defeats Usyk, the pressure and momentum to make a fight between Fury and Joshua will be immense, and it would be a massive event.
Obviously, I'm funking for Tyson Fury for many reasons. One, because he's British. Two, I'd love to see him overturn the first fight, and I'd love to see him fight AJ for the world heavyweight title. So I can't wait for next week, to be honest with you.
Hearn revealed that if Fury wins, Anthony Joshua would likely be his next opponent. The demand for the fight would be huge, and Hearn believes it would be hard to ignore. He also mentioned that a trilogy between the two could generate significant interest, but the momentum for Fury versus Joshua seems more likely at this stage.
If Tyson Fury beats Alexander Usyk, what's more likely, Anthony Joshua or trilogy?
Anthony Joshua. Okay. I mean, the pressure and the momentum and the noise to make that fight will be huge, and His Excellency knows it.
Amir Khan is looking forward to the epic rematch between Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk on December 21st. Speaking to Box Nation, former world champion Khan asked the fight and credited Fury with his ability to be better in rematches, which is something he proved when stopping Deontay Wilder in the last 2 of their 3 fights, having drawn the first. He stated, "Good fight. I think this time Fury knows what mistakes he made in the first fight. He knows that he can't stand in front of a strong Usyk. Usyk still has a lot of power, and he's felt Usyk's power this time, knowing that Usyk has come up a weight and still holds that power." He added, "So I think Fury is going to be one step ahead. Whenever Fury comes back in a rematch, he is always much better, so he could probably stop Usyk toward the later rounds." He then revealed inside information that Usyk has been training almost since the moment the first fight ended, but still gives the edge to the Gypsy King. He further said, "Then again, I was speaking to Usyk on FaceTime about 8 months ago, and the guy was training then. He was doing his swims and everything, and I was like, this guy's a beast, a true sportsman and warrior. It's going to be a great fight." Fury 60-40. Adam Smith highlighted the unpredictability of heavyweight boxing, suggesting the rematch could feature knockdowns or even a stoppage. While many may favor Usyk based on the first fight, Smith emphasized Fury's strengths, particularly his exceptional footwork. He questioned whether Fury could return to his best form and capitalize on his physical advantages.
Could Fury get a knockdown this time? Could Fury get a stoppage? Could Usyk even get a stoppage? Or, as most people think, will it go the distance? And which way will the judges feel? I think it's close. It's a close one to call. I think probably the majority will go with Usyk just because he won the first fight. But Fury has got so many advantages too. I think one thing that could come into play is Fury's legs. What is still left there with Tyson Fury? Is he as good as he once was? Can he be as good again?
Sam Jones expressed his strong support for Tyson Fury, saying he has a lot of respect and admiration for him. He shared that while Fury might enter the fight as the underdog this time, he fully believes in Fury's ability to win. Jones was confident, saying he was 100% sure that Fury could get the victory, and emphasized how much he would love to see him succeed and get the job done.
So the first one with Tyson Fury, I want him to. I hope he does. I've got so much time for Tyson. I'd love him to win. I think he starts this time as the underdog, but do I think Tyson Fury can win? 100% I do. I really do believe that, and as I say, I really would love him to get the job done.
Spencer Oliver expressed confidence that Tyson Fury can bounce back in the rematch, praising his intelligence and boxing ability. Oliver suggested that Fury may have underestimated Usyk's talent and power in their first encounter, which caused Fury to take time to adapt. Despite this, Oliver believes Fury has the necessary tools to win in the second fight.
In your opinion, can he turn the tide?
Yeah, of course he can. He's got the ability, he's got the attributes to be able to do that. You know, he's got the boxing IQ. I think that he maybe underestimated Alexander Usyk and his strength, actually. And you know, not just his boxing ability, but Usyk took the fight straight to him, and I think that took Fury by surprise. It took him 4 or 5 rounds to get into the fight, and that probably cost him the fight.
Pat Brown respected both fighters, praising Usyk's technical skills and describing Fury as a larger, stronger version of a similar style. Brown acknowledged that while Fury performed well in the first fight, he could have done done better. He believes if Fury is at his best in the rematch, the fight will be exciting, with Fury having a solid chance to win.
In terms of Fury and Usyk, I've always been a fan of both fighters massively. Obviously Usyk's an unbelievable technician, and so is Fury, just a bigger version. I do think going into this second one, like Fury did amazing the first one, but I felt like Tyson definitely could have done better, and that's not me writing Usyk off whatsoever. I respect him massively, but in terms of Fury, I think if he brings his A game, he's in for a treat definitely for that night.
Tony Bellew predicted that Tyson Fury could suffer an even more decisive defeat in the rematch, citing Usyk's ability to fight effectively on the back foot, a style that troubles Fury. Bellew explained that while Fury applied pressure in their first encounter, Usyk's true strength lies in his defensive skills and counterattacks. To defeat Usyk, Bellew stated, Fury must outmaneuver him with counters, feints, and superior boxing technique, something Fury has yet to demonstrate.
But if I'm being totally honest, do I think he'll win? No. I think he'll lose again. And this time, I think he'll lose really, really clearly, because Usyk this time will go on the back foot. And that is the worst nightmare for for Tyson Fury, because that's one that he can't control. You've got to understand, Cougs, he pressed the whole fight. He walked the 6'9", 20-stone man down. He walked him down and bullied him. Imagine what he does when he fights to his attributes and fights to his best, because his best is fighting on the back foot. Anyone who studies and knows Usyk the way I know him, and I studied him, is you'll know that you've got to bring him to you, and that's the way to beat him. But you've got to counter him and feint, and you've got to be able to sharpshoot with him, you've got to be able to box with him, you've got to be able to offset him, but you've got to be able to continuously do all these things round after round. I couldn't, because guess what? I got tired. That was the 6 rounds, 7 rounds of doing it.
Russ Amber dismissed the pre-fight hype surrounding the rematch, stating that what truly matters is the outcome in the ring. Reflecting on the first fight, Amber pointed out that all the talking and promotional antics are irrelevant once the winner is determined. He downplayed the importance of weigh-ins and stare-downs, emphasizing that his focus is on ensuring his fighter is mentally and physically prepared to execute their game plan over the full 12 rounds.
Yeah, listen, it's all talk, it's all hype. As we saw in the first fight, when all the talking was done, at the end of the day, you know, you had a winner and a loser, and that's what matters to me. I don't care. You can talk. It's all for show. You know, this is all to sell tickets and to get people to say, "Oh, did you see what he said?" And "Oh, did you see what he said?" I don't care. I don't care. Me, I care what the mental state of my fighter is when we're in camp and when we go into the ring. I don't care what was said before. I don't care what you do at the weigh-in. I don't care about the stare down. I don't care about none of that stuff. I care that my guy's ready, that he's in shape, he's mentally prepared to do the 12 rounds the way we want him to do them, just like he did it the first time. And that's what I'm going to be counting on again for the rematch.
Dillian Whyte shared his thoughts on the upcoming fight and said he can't make a call as it's one of the toughest fights. He acknowledged that Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk both are great fighters who can make adjustments before the fight, making the fight more unpredictable. Whyte described this fight challenging for both fighters and more difficult to predict.
I just think it's a great fight, man, but it's a very hard fight for me to... I keep trying to think, how's this fight gonna go? Okay, Fury can make adjustment, but Usyk also can make adjustment. It's a tough fight, man. It's a very, very tough fight for both men, you know, obviously.
Johnny Nelson shared his thoughts on the rematch, warning that if Tyson Fury doesn't alter his approach, the outcome could be the same as their first fight. Nelson explained that Usyk now has a clear blueprint for beating Fury, as he knows he can hurt him, and has the speed, sharpness, and boxing ability to succeed. Coming in around 15 stone, Usyk understands his advantages and knows what to expect from Fury.
If Tyson Fury doesn't change anything like he keeps saying he's not, then the result will be exactly the same. If Tyson Fury... The problem is, Usyk now has a blueprint for beating Tyson Fury. But Usyk now knows, he doesn't think, now knows he can hurt Tyson Fury. Now knows he's a bit faster, a bit sharper, he can get away with certain things. He knows this. Usyk was coming in around the 15 stone bracket. And so he knows he has the speed, he has the power, and he has the boxing ability to beat him.
Nelson emphasized that for Fury to win, he must drastically change his tactics. While he believes Fury is the better overall fighter, Nelson thinks Usyk is the better boxer. The key for Fury will be to make things uncomfortable for Usyk, even getting a little dirty at times and staying close to disrupt his rhythm. If Fury doesn't adapt, Nelson believes he will lose, regardless of his weight.
He knows what to expect. So the second time around, unless Tyson Fury changes drastically, and I still believe Tyson Fury has a beating of it, I think he chose the wrong tactics. I think what they probably worked on was the wrong thing. Tyson's a better fighter, Usyk's a better boxer. They can both fight and they can both box. One is better at the other one than the other. So how does it? It's about measuring it out. Tyson's got to box him, be a little dirty, play close to the bone, make him feel uncomfortable, get him complaining. He's got to do that. He's got to change it up. If he does exactly the same thing in the first place, he loses. It doesn't matter what weight he comes in at.
Richard Torres found the rematch intriguing, noting Usyk's clear victory in the first fight, but praising Fury's resilience. Torres believes Usyk has a clearer path to improve, while Fury must refine his footwork and tactics. While he slightly favored Usyk, Torres acknowledged that Fury's adaptability and strength could give him the edge in the rematch.
Usyk definitely won that first fight, but it was still a close fight. There was like Tyson was doing his thing. I'm excited for the rematch. I've been just a fan of Tyson from an early age, and I've tried to mimic some of Usyk's style. So I have some skin in the game for both sides, but I'm just looking for a good fight. I think that Usyk kind of has a little bit more of a game plan now that he could double up on, and I think that Fury needs to kind of switch up what he needs to do. He needs to get on his feet more. He needs to box. He needs to kind of show a little different facets that he has shown before, but he needs to bring back. But I think it's easier for Usyk to double down than it is for Tyson to change. So I'm leaning a little more towards Usyk, but Tyson Fury, he's a heavyweight. He's a puncher. He has a punch. He has a punch, and he can do what he needs to do.
Joe Rogan commented that Alexander Usyk presents a unique challenge for Tyson Fury, one that the Gypsy King has yet to fully overcome. While Fury is known for using his size and skill to dominate tough opponents, Rogan believes that Usyk's style remains a puzzle Fury has not yet solved.
And if you watch the Usyk fight, he was touching Usyk up in the beginning of the fight.
Yeah.
I mean, that reach and that jab, the accuracy that he has, he was doing really well in that fight until he started to slow down a little bit. And Usyk wound up just catching him.
Mark Tibbs advised Tyson Fury to control the center of the ring, keep Usyk on the back foot, and focus on landing his straight right hand before following up with an uppercut. He noted that Fury had success in their first fight, but allowed Usyk to get back into it with a left cross. Tibbs emphasized the importance of winning the final round to secure a win or draw, stressing that staying aggressive and sticking to the game plan would be crucial to victory in the rematch.
Well, Fury's got to get Usyk really, he's got to hold the centre with him and get him on his back foot as much as he can, and he's got to get the straight right hand off before the right uppercut. In my opinion, straight one beats the uppercuts, and he's got to front hand him and back him up, lift him up, bomb. He was doing really well, Tyson, and let him back in, and Usyk got his left cross off, being a southpaw. He got it off, and I was like, oh. No, it could go downhill. It did a little bit for Fury. He needed to win that last round, like big, yeah, to get a draw or the win.
Sean Porter believes the first fight was controlled by Fury earlier and then later controlled by Usyk, expressing his excitement for the upcoming rematch. He thinks that even if Usyk has solidified him as the best heavyweight by defeating Fury in the first fight, he needs to do it again. Porter said that Fury has been the king of the heavyweight division for a long time, but the defeat against Usyk changed the view. However, he urged that only the rematch will tell who is the best heavyweight in the world.
Great first fight. I'm looking forward to the second one. I think the first one was self-explanatory. Early was controlled by Fury, late controlled by Usyk. Amazing fight, and can't wait for the second one. Looking forward to seeing if that moment happens again for Usyk.
Do you think whoever wins this is the best heavyweight in the world?
Absolutely.
No argument.
There's no doubt about it. Yeah, Tyson Fury's been the best heavyweight in boxing for a long time, and I really didn't think that Usyk was until he did what he did against Fury. I know he had a couple of wins against Joshua and a few others, but beating Tyson Fury, to me, solidified Usyk as the best heavyweight. He's got to do it again, and we'll see.
Vidal Riley backed Tyson Fury, citing his strong track record in rematches. He emphasized that Fury's history shows his ability to adapt and succeed in second bouts.
Fury, man. Fury. I'm going with Fury. He knows how to win rematches. The track record speaks for itself. I'm going with Fury.
Ben Shalom expressed hope for Tyson Fury's chances in the rematch, but saw Alexander Usyk as the favorite. He praised Usyk's consistency and calm under pressure, highlighting his ability to adapt. While Shalom acknowledged Fury's potential for improvement, he believed Usyk could raise his performance even more. He also praised Saudi Arabia for facilitating the long-awaited rematch, emphasizing its importance for the heavyweight division.
Tyson for the first one. I'd always liked Tyson to win this as the Brit. I can never see a pass way past Alexander Usyk. I mean, he's proven it time and time again, and I actually don't think that was the best Alexander Usyk that we see, and I think he's going to be better this time. I do think Tyson's going to be better, but I think you have to go with Alexander given the history, as much as I hope Tyson can win, but a great fight. And again, Riyadh Caesar delivering what we could have only dreamed of. I remember that fight took so long to make without their involvement. It was 12 months of back and forth, and we thought it was on and we thought it was off. And I think sometimes we forget how far the sport has come. The fact that that can be turned around that quickly is incredible. And as you said, the heavyweight division keeps moving. It's one that we've got an eye on, and fingers crossed, everything starts to open up after that fight on December the 21st.
Paul Smith speculated that Tyson Fury might retire after his next fight, especially if a potential match with Anthony Joshua fails to excite the public. He acknowledged that Usyk is favored to win, but noted that Fury could still pull off an unexpected victory.
I think it could be his last fight, regardless of what he does. If he wins, he could retire in the ring and be done, because I think the AJ fight's gone. I don't think anyone will want to see that now, with all due respect to both of them, in my opinion. But I think it's Usyk's fight to lose. I think Usyk's proven he's number one in the division now, with a lot, especially that given how well Dubois done. So it's Usyk's to lose, but it's not by all means a foregone conclusion. I think Usyk is the favourite. I think Usyk would possibly do it, but wouldn't be surprised if Fury did it.
Adam Booth noted that Fury is a skilled fighter, and the team he has on side will make his every move precise. Booth expressed his excitement to watch how Fury's plan would play out against Usyk. Booth expressed anticipation for the fight, eager to see how Fury's tactics play out against Usyk.
Usyk versus Fury 2. Tyson says it's got to be heavier for the rematch. Feel like that's the right way, a heavier. Fury might be able to turn what was a close defeat into a victory.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably just one element of it. It's not just about being heavier. It's how you go about applying that. And Tyson's a very clever fella. He's got a clever team around him. So whatever they do, there's going to be a method to that madness, and I'm looking forward to seeing that one as well.
Dave Coldwell pointed out that there isn't much pre-fight talk this time around, as Fury has remained quiet while Usyk has let his actions speak for him, such as raising money for Ukrainian soldiers. Coldwell explained that since Fury lost the first fight, he couldn't trash talk this time, and it's now all about business. He believes Fury understands the task at hand and will prepare to the best of his ability for the rematch.
Apart from the track that Tyson Fury walked out to, and apart from the outfit that Usyk walked into, there wasn't a lot to say, was there? There's never going to be a lot. If Tyson's in that mood where he doesn't want to speak much, then he don't give you much. And Usyk's Usyk, he basically spoke without speaking in his outfit, and the briefcase, and getting Tyson to sign that photo so he could raise some money for the Ukrainian soldiers and things like that. He was never going to get a lot, it's just not. I think Tyson knows this time, whereas he was calling him names before the last one, can't really do that this time because he got beat. He'd look pretty silly if he'd be calling him all names under the sun after having got beat. So I think it's just business now, and he knows he's got a job to do, and he's going to prepare to the best that he can to get the job done, really.
So what are your thoughts on this? Share your thoughts in the comment section, and make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video.